Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. Let's see if SmackDown Live can keep up some momentum towards Money in the Bank. We started off the show slightly different than we usually do, with Renee Young doing an interview with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan got a massive pop from the UK crowd, which is always great. I've got to say, the crowd last night was absolutely bloody brilliant. Well done, you represented England fantastically. O2, you were brilliant. And pretty much doing an interview stating how well he's done since he's come back from his injury, but what's next for Daniel. And Daniel pretty much stated, look, I might have lost to Rusev, but my next stage is to become WWE Champion again. And the crowd went mental. They was chanting yes. This caused Big Cass to come out, very much like, look, Daniel, whatever your goals are, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to be that 7-foot shadow, always following you around, making sure your dreams don't come true. This caused Daniel to finally lose it with Big Cass and attacked him. And this is brilliant. Daniel Bryan would not relent. He was attacking Big Cass. Big Cass had no attack on Daniel, which was fantastic. And the crowd were loving it. And to finish it off, Big Cass got into the centre of the ring by Daniel Bryan and put him into a submission lock, where Big Cass was just constantly tapping out until the referee separated both men. This is an absolutely good way to start the segment. Very different to what we usually get for an opening segment, so I really enjoyed that. It's a different way of doing it, so I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Very strong start to the show. Our first match of the night was a tag team match. Now, this was a slightly different type of tag team match, which we usually get. The winners will be taking part in the Money in the Bank briefcase match next month, and this was awesome. So if one member will represent the team, which is brilliant. It's never been done before, and I liked it. We had the New Day taking on The Bar. And again, two teams who have got a good rivalry going on right now, and this continues to build up on this rivalry. Again, brilliant writing on this part. And the match itself was fantastic. You had Xavier Woods and Big E representing the New Day, and of course you had Sheamus and Cesaro for The Bar. Now, when they talked about this stipulation, you know, the winners would choose, I was like, well, it's got to be Kofi from New Day, and it's got to be Cesaro from The Bar, who, if their teams win. And it was just so interesting. It was such a high-end match, and the best thing about the whole match was that we had The Miz doing commentating as well, which added an extra layer to the match, because The Miz was literally talking off absolutely excellent points for each team, and it did really feel like a main event type of match for me. Xavier Woods did get the win with an awesome elbow drop onto Cesaro, and now we get to see who the New Day will choose. For me, hopefully it's Kofi. I think he's the right guy. If WWE were going to really go all out on this, you could give Kofi the briefcase. That would be brilliant. Just something absolutely different. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to see who they choose for this. But the match itself, for me, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Very strong starting match. Absolutely entertaining from start to finish. Next up, we had the debut of Andrade Cien Almas onto SmackDown Live, and his reception was really good. He was taking on a local talent, and Andrade won quite easily, which was great. For me, it's a strong start to the show. The only bit which I'm going to complain about, which isn't WWE's fault, it's Sky's, is that the signal dropped. So his manager Vader was doing a post-match victory speech, and it cut off halfway through it, and it went straight back in to Rusev and Lana speaking, which I will talk about later on in the video. But for me, awesome way to debut. Really want to see him take on real competition. I think that's what they were really focusing on, that they're here to beat everyone. I can absolutely see that he's going to be a main star player, is Cien Almas. But yeah, I'm going to give this, because it's a debut match, it's against a local talent, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Because it's okay. It's not a full-on superstar. Can't wait to see when he takes on the big names. Now we get to the part of the show where we had our Mellabration. That was Carmelas Celebration of a victory over Charlotte Flair at Backlash. And it was interesting. We had a town caller introduce her. We had, you know, the Royal Guards holding the belt, which was, you know, different. I mean, Carmella's, you know, you had like a very nice British theme tune playing in the background. I mean, Carmella's music plays and you're like, ugh, god damn it. She comes out, she's like, I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds. Great heel work by Carmella, great promo work from her. I think she's really up to her game on her promos. Now let's just try and get her in-ring skills as good as her promo skills. And I think she would be a, you know, credible champion at some point. The crowd just literally, there was not a lot of reaction. There was a lot of boos, but not as much as you expect from a heel, a top heel, which was a bit of a shame. It was kind of like, you can hear the boos, but it's not as loud as it should be. Paige came out and Paige just had a huge pop. Obviously, local talent from the UK. Even though she's now just the GM of SmackDown Live, she still is a fan favourite over here. And she pretty much said, Carmella, I've got a present for you. You've got a challenger for Money in the Bank. And Carmella's like, I'm not having a fight. Money in the Bank. Oh, yes, you are, baby girl. And it's Asuka. Good opponent. Just let's give Asuka the belt. Let's be honest, I don't think this Carmella Championship is running as well as they were hoping. She isn't as strong as a heel as the company would hope, but Asuka would be an absolutely brilliant babyface, could turn heel champion like we saw at NXT. So, Money in the Bank, Asuka to win? Maybe. I'm going to give this segment, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because it was really strong. It's just a Carmella, promo was good, it was just that the fan reaction is not there yet. But Paige and Asuka's parts were absolutely brilliant. So we did have a triple threat match where we had Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville versus Becky Lynch for qualification to take part in the Women's Money in the Bank match. And I'm just going to say this straight away. The backstage segment with Paige, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose was well put together. Mandy thought she had already qualified for Money in the Bank for beating Becky Lynch last week. Paige was like, no, you didn't. That was just your debut match. Again, well done. Each match so far on SmackDown has meant something. And said, you do have a Money in the Banks match tonight. And she goes, who? Against Becky Lynch. And Sonya was like, who, do I have one? And she goes, yeah, you do as well. Who against? Becky Lynch. And I went, what, is that a handicap match? And they're like, no, it's a triple threat match. You two are taking each other on as well. And the match itself was different. Now, I was criticising Raw yesterday for their triple threat matches, and I've got to be fair, triple threat matches for me are very messy and they're very difficult to actually give a score for, but this one was slightly different. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville barely attacked each other. They did a fight a few times, but not as much as what you saw in the other triple threat matches, because they are still a team. They're still friends, and that's how it works. They're heels, they work together in this situation. Every time, like, one of them was about to pin Becky Lynch, they would throw the other one out. They wouldn't attack the other person. They would stop the pin, throw them out, try and get the pin. They would work together to try and beat the crap out of Becky Lynch. So, yeah, at one point they would betray each other by throwing each other out, but it was very rarely they would attack each other. This was great because near the end, Becky Lynch used that against them. Mandy was about to attack Becky because Sonya was holding it. Becky got out. Mandy hit Sonya in the face. Becky Lynch put Mandy Rose in the disarmer. Becky qualified for the Money in the Bank. Good decision. Very much stacking up the women's Money in the Bank suitcase right now, which bravo, because that is fantastic. And the match itself was well put together. Very much different to what we saw last week. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because it was different to what we saw yesterday. Moves us on to our main event of the show, where we had AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The winner of this match would pick the stipulation for their Money in the Bank WWE title match. And my God, what a match this was. I don't know why, but somehow AJ just constantly has brilliant matches when he's over here in the UK, and there was no change in that momentum. Him and Shinsuke Nakamura had the best match I have ever seen out of these two, and I honestly think that is a true statement right now. I think that's the best match they've had so far, and it was great. It was reversals after reversals, both men knowing each other so well. Corey Graves even stated that, how well these two know each other. They know how each other's thinking in the ring, and it just showed. AJ just couldn't get the win. Nakamura couldn't get the win. It was so difficult for both men to separate from each other. AJ was about to use a phenomenal elbow on Nakamura. He moved that away. AJ just stopped in time before hitting the referee, which I thought he might have done for the ending, but no, they really worked this, and this was really smart writing from the writers. He's about to hit the referee. Referee ducks down. AJ's helping him get back up. Nakamura sees what's happening. He grabs. This is Eddie Guerrero level of technical thinking. He grabs himself. Looks like he's being low blowed by AJ. The referee's looking at AJ like, you've low blowed him. AJ's like, whoa, I've done nothing here. Nakamura hits him from behind. King Shasha to the face, knee to the face. AJ Styles is out. Shinsuke Nakamura wins. What a match. This was, again, the atmosphere from the crowd helped elevate this match to being a brilliant, probably the best match we've seen so far. And I always keep saying this. If they had more time, what could they do? And that's the case in this one. If they had an extra 5 minutes just so they could just notch it up one more level, it could just have been the perfect match. That should have been the match for the WWE title. That's how it should have ended. That would have been brilliant. And I think most fans would have gone home going, that was a good ending. But yeah, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. That's how well this match was. And there you go, guys. That was SmackDown Live for this week. We did have some backstage segments as well, which I'm going to talk about now. First one is we had Samoa Joe cut an absolutely fantastic promo. It was one of those crappy mobile ones, but he pretty much stated his match against Big Cass next week is the last qualification match for the Money in the Bank. Come on, Joe. You going into that match will be absolutely bloody brilliant. The Iconics cut one as well, pretty much staying against their match, Billie Kay's match, who she would be taking on against Lana. Now, Lana cut a fantastic backstage promo where Rusev, this is the bit where I had to watch it on the WWE website because this is where Sky cut us off. Thanks, Sky. Where she pretty much stated she's going to have a match at Money in the Bank to qualify for Money in the Bank against Billie Kay, against the Iconics. Brilliant. I think that's great. I think Billie Kay's going to win, but that's fine. That's fine. If Lana wins, that's fine. We can have 2 Rusev Day entrance songs. I'm happy with that. But yeah, very strong segments. I think this was a stronger show. Every segment, every part, every match had a reason for it. And it was just a good show all the way around. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think it was a very strong SmackDown Live this week. And what do you guys think? Do you think it was a good SmackDown? Do you think it was better than Raw? Do you think it was not as good as Raw? Put it in the comments below. If you want to follow me at Twitter, I'm at Boise88. And you can follow the channel itself at Smack Talk YouTube. That's YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.